It's always a good time to be in the market. And the reason that I say that is whether or not you are in the market has nothing to do with what's happening today. It has everything to do with your timing. What are your goals? What are you trying to achieve?
Depending on what your goals are, and this has to be applied to each individual situation, the rate of return you require is likely to be dependent on taking some risk. And if you're going to take risk in investments, that likely means being exposed to the stock market.
We think people who participate in markets over time get a reasonable return for their investment if they participate in them intelligently and bravely. Sometimes it takes a little courage to participate through thick and thin, but over long periods of time, people can be rewarded.
One of the foundations of building a successful portfolio for you is our foundational belief that markets are efficient, that if you want reward, you're going to have to take some risk.
If you look at some of the best days in the market, they came very, very soon after some of the biggest down days. And if you go to cash and miss those up days, the compounding effect on your long-term return is quite big.
Academic evidence is very clear that it's impossible to time when to get in and when to get out of the market. So the biggest question I would ask is, what's the risk of not being in the market, not what's the risk of being in the market?
I'll tell you that I am a short-term agnostic and a long-term optimist when it comes to the performance of markets. And what I mean by that is, in the short term, not only do I not know what's going to happen next, I don't think that knowledge reliably exists anywhere to say this is what's going to happen next. But because of what I think about markets being resilient in the long term, then I'm optimistic that business owners will find ways to run profitable companies. They'll need capital. In order to attract capital, there'll have to be a return on that capital that they're attracting. So I'm very much of a long-term optimist with markets, even though in the short term I have to say I'm an agnostic.